What merch did you get?
Nothing.
What?
Yeah, no, I saw the popcorn bucket and I still wasn't interested, but I did get the new nachos that they have. They had like the stuffed nachos. It was like chicken, it was like deep fried nachos stuffed with chicken.
Wait a minute. So
I'm
you
saving my
got,
gift cards for the Galactus.
I get that, but you got popcorn bucket for the Lord of the Rings cartoon. You got a couple of things from there, I think.
Yeah. No, I get
You got,
popcorn buckets when they look cool.
this doesn't look cool.
It looks like a box.
Yeah, like they all do. And then you can, do this, and then you can flip it and have headlines of crypto that made an appearance to the people of Metropolis and the world.
You got 2 boxes?
I got 2.
Did you get the second box after you saw the movie?
No.
So you got both of them before you saw the movie. Okay.
Yeah. And then I got the cup.
I knew you were going to get the cup.
I may get the topper of Lex and Soup's drinking soda, eating popcorn, kind of like similar to the Deadpool and Wolverine. The Regal has the one popcorn bucket that has the X-rays, the heat vision going through the box.
Yeah.
You know what I thought it was? I thought it was a popcorn maker.
You thought it was functional?
I thought it was functional.
Oh, no. They don't spend that much.
Oh, but also the Batman bucket with the lights up that we got.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got also the Falcon bucket that lights up too.
They look very cheap, but it is what it is. The DCU has officially begun. By the time of this review, on Rotten Tomatoes, Superman is currently scored at 82% by the critics and 94% by the audience. Hey, eyes on me. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel.
I'm Don.
Where we give a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. How was your movie experience?
So I left work early. So.
Yeah, I know you did.
So
you text me, I saw it before you. I saw it before you.
I was actually feeling sick. So I left work early, but I figured, you know what? If I'm going to be sick, I'm probably just going to go home and watch TV and lay down. So let me go to the theater, destroy their bathroom, then go and watch the movie. If I pass out, I can always go back again on the weekend. No, I did not pass out. It had my full attention. The theater wasn't packed, but seeing it at like 3 p.m. on the middle of a weekday, I wasn't anticipating that. So good experience.
The movie theater for me was pretty packed because I went at 7:30. And now AMC has, they gave us a warning that now previews and all this stuff, like 8 o'clock is when you're going to see the movie at 7, even though it says 7:30. I just wish they have movies on time and they had all those previews before.
Well, you know what I noticed when you do the tickets online? It'll say, please allow 25 to 35 minutes.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, screw that, because you're playing to those who are late. And those people who are late, they're going to be late regardless. So just have the movies on time. It just helps for people who want to see the movie, but they can't stay up too late because they got to work the next day. It's like that. They're going to see it in advance. The audience was very receptive. I'll start something like a clap or a cheer, and the people will follow suit. And the theater was packed. It was not IMAX. It was the Dolby.
I saw it in 3D.
Embrace. Really?
It was what was available at the time. I didn't want to push it back further.
No, I get it. I get
honestly, I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I don't recommend 3D for anything except for animation.
Yeah. Well, because like when they do the opening and end credits, that 3D really throws you off. Other than that, it
was cool, man. All right.
It's still good otherwise.
Right. Now, did you like it off the bat?
Yes.
Same here. James Gunn is around my age. He grew up on the same stuff that we grew up on pretty much. And I love the fact off the get-go, it honors the 1978 Superman the movie.
Which is funny because I've been hearing some talk that it doesn't.
Oh, but it does. Like in the credits, credits with that's from Superman 1978, Richard Donner.
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen clips from like Fox News, like there's been reporters and like where they're saying it's too woke. They're saying they're saying it's anti-America. They're trying to like get rid of Superman, and I'm like, clearly these people aren't watching the same film. Even James Gunn says like it's all about like being kind to one another in the end,
right? No, but also I mean, there's so many layers, kind of like Sinners, two different genres, two different movies, but Sinners has so many layers in its presentation of the movie.
Yes.
So does this. You have two countries fighting against each other. They're being manipulated, or one's being manipulated to fight.
Yeah.
You can see it today in current times. We have Israel and Palestine, Israel and Iran or Iran, and how things are being manipulated to the viewers, to how we have these people talking up,
Well, you got like the
different
social
perspectives.
you got the social
Social
media
media,
manipulation, the
correct?
political
Yes,
manipulations. It's a lot of manipulations in different aspects. Even the villains
right.
manipulate other characters. Okay, so we've talked about this where sometimes like we'll watch a movie and sorry Zack Snyder fans, but he's been known to do this, put too many plot devices or too many storylines and mix them together. In his defense, when he was doing the Justice League and Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman, he was kind of trying to catch up to Marvel.
Right.
Here, there's like 5 different storylines.
Oh no, yes, definitely. There is definitely 5 different storylines.
And
One of
they're
my
done
favorite.
very well, in my opinion.
Yes, but people don't see that. They're like,
well, they're not
they
like if they're not familiar with the comic book stories, I could see
right.
that being missed.
But the thing of woke, people are saying woke of things they don't understand. They're saying woke just to hate because, again, Snyderverse fans are on the same level as Star Wars prequel fans. That's what they grew up on. And even though the prequels of Star Wars are horrendous, they're lazy explanations of how things came to be and ignore what was presented in the OTs. That here in the Snyderverse fans, they see only Henry Cavill can only be Superman, even though Christopher Reeve, even after this performance, her corn sweat, still is the #1 Superman.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve still knocks it out. I like how this is done. I like how this Superman is done. I even like how Henry Cavill in some aspects are done.
Yeah.
And Tyler's and Tom Welling's from Smallville. I do like their own presentation, their own point of view.
And this is why I mentioned I used to love the What If comics because the Elseworld comics, because it's different but the same. As long as they do it justice and respect, you could have a fantastic story. And it doesn't have to be a carbon copy.
And then this perspective, you have Clark who knows where he's from.
Where he thinks
not
he knows.
Raised. Well, no, he knows where he's from. He's from another planet. He's an alien. He's not from Earth, but he's raised American.
Absolutely.
And that's what also comes into play here in a sense. It's not who you are in the sense of where you're from, but it's who you are now. Yes, he's Kal-El from Krypton, but he's also Clark Kent from Kansas, Smallville.
Yeah.
And I love that aspect in the sense of the translation. Granted, that could also be manipulated by Lex and what's her girl's name? I want to say Exercise. It's not Exercise.
Oh, you're talking about Engineer.
Engineer, yes.
Well, no, they said it wasn't altered because of Mr. Terrific, but they actually pulled that storyline from Smallville.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying that this movie honors so many things. It honors from the credits, beginning from the credits, in the sense of Richard Donner, that the little phase of the names.
Yeah.
Right. And then the music, very John Williams, but also it has a hint of Man of Steel.
Yeah.
It has that music. So there's a blend. And I was like, wow. Because the guitar is from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Like, dun, 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 dun. It's that. And so I love that he did that. And again, throwing back and forth here and there. This movie was supposedly heavily influenced by All-Star Superman. I can't see it. I'm reading the comic book version, even though we did a review on it, and I'm seeing like what was used from All-Star Superman into here. And I'm seeing some things. Of course, the suit. The suit is very similar to All-Star Superman. And granted, there's also the rebirth version.
I took it like he took bits and pieces from like as many things as he could and blended it together. Okay, we'll say the suit from All-Star, right? And the droids. The droids reminded me of All-Star. You had 4, 12, 1. I was thinking of Red Sun storyline because the Ultraman, who was Ultraman was created by Lex Luthor and Red Sun, and also manipulated by Lex Luthor. But then you also had the Bizarro storyline.
But also you have Superboy storyline.
Yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with that. Then there's the Supergirl storyline. Like her outfit at the end, that's having to do with a story that was not that long ago in the comics where she's dealing with like trauma and like she's trying to get herself together. That's why she was drunk because like she's not coping well.
I have something about that also because someone brought it up, and I thought about it as soon as I saw it happen. I was
Mhm.
like, So she goes to planets on the red sun because of her metabolism that she can get drunk.
Yeah.
But okay, so if she flies there, how did she get there? Did she
She
get there by her own powers, or did she take a ship? And
I
then
didn't read this comic storyline, so I can't
no, no,
say for
I'm just
sure.
saying. No, I'm
I
just
feel
I'm
like
just
she
saying
took
from what we saw in the movie, and then she comes to Earth, the yellow sun, which increases her metabolism. She should not be drunk.
you're saying that she should have at least be hungover.
Not even everything just wipes everything out. The yellow sun just clears her power, just like Logan, right? Logan
Okay.
can't get drunk. For him to get drunk, he has to be constantly
Like Captain
drinking,
America.
and then 5 minutes later he's sober,
Yeah.
kind of like that. But that what got me little.
Throw it off.
Well, I'm just saying, like how fast did she come in? The yellow rays did not affect her yet. That she's still a little drunk.
Yeah.
What
I
have you?
mean, she still had
Okay.
enough power to be okay from crypto, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He was beating her up, and she was laughing. So it's just like, but okay, fine. But
I lost my
I
train of thought about the other storylines, but it's okay.
well, no, there's like so many storylines, like I said, in All Star Superman, because I don't know what other influences. Of course, other influences are from the movies, of course, because that's what he loved as well.
Mhm.
But you have here in All Star Superman, Lex is hired, or the government takes him on in a sense to do something, and then he has a side mission that he creates, or he has another purpose or focus. Because in All Star Superman, even though he's supposed to be working with the government, he's setting something up to kill Superman.
Yes, which technically in this movie is their first time officially meeting. Like they know of each other, but he's like, it's so good to first to finally meet you. Like when he
Oh,
first
really?
kidnaps, yeah, he says that. Like when he
Who
first
says that, Lex?
Lex when he breaks
Oh,
into the office.
I thought they always knew each other.
No, they do. They do. They live in the same city,
No, but
but
I'm just
like
saying in a sense, I always thought they had the same
no, they didn't go with the story.
relationship. Like,
They didn't go with the storyline of like that they were best friends or
no, no, they're
like
not just best friends, but they have a history.
yeah. I would say if anything, it looked like they have a history of being foes from a distance, kind of like the Superman animated series. Like Superman knows of Lex, but Lex is always a little bit distant up until like later in the series.
Yeah, because I remember Lex and Superman talking, like when Superman would come to his office.
No, that became a thing, but like
Okay.
some of the storylines, yeah. But
All right,
anyways,
I have to double check because, well, here's the one thing. Like, we
you're probably gonna go
understand.
see it again.
Well, I'm definitely going to go see it again. I'm
Yeah, I
definitely going
might.
to see it. Yes, but there's no clear reason why Lex hates him so much.
Oh, he says it
What do you say?
at the final monologue.
I know he's a it.
Yeah,
He's not man. He's a it. He's an alien.
yeah.
But
So, but Lex also admits that he's narcissistic. He's an egomaniac, and he's all
hmm
he
hmm
like he hates the fact that he's compared to like Galileo and all those other
right,
and he admits that,
Einstein.
but he also admits like they contributed, and he's like, what? He's like, what do you contribute other than it's like you don't do effort. You're just an alien that has powers that shows up and try to make us look bad. Is basically what he's saying. That's
hmm
All Star Superman. That little argument that they have together at the end,
hmm
that's All Star Superman. When Lex is talking to Clark in the prison,
hmm
and he's talking about like, look at these muscles, Clark. You know, that
hmm
moment is that same moment
That's all star.
until crypto interrupts.
Crypto. What crypto did there? As soon as that happened, I thought of the Hulk and Loki.
Yes, and you see his arms like really busted, like broken.
Oh no, yeah, of course. Well, he's there. You see him later in a sling. But okay, what I like also here, this is not another origin story. This remind me very much of like Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, they're taking up knowing that we are familiar with the character, at least
Right.
the basics of the character.
Exactly. And Spider-Man in the MCU, we know who he is. So when he has his individual films, there is no death of the uncle. Well, we see that later on in the sense of he doesn't get bit by a spider. He just talks about it, and then it's like, I got bit by a spider, a
And Uncle
radioactive
Ben,
spider, and they got bit. Yeah. And then no, Uncle Ben's already gone.
yeah,
But then the line "with great power comes great responsibility" was from Aunt May at
True.
the end of the third film.
Curveball.
You know, yeah. So I mean, it was a different take on it. But here, I like it said 300 years ago. Was it 300 or 3,000? Because they did it in
300, like
threes.
yeah, it's all threes. So it was like
It's like
300 years ago, 3 decades
th-
ago,
right,
3 years ago,
right,
3 weeks
and
ago, 3 days
three
ago.
minutes. 3 minutes ago and 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, it comes right down. So like it tells you pretty much what it is. And we already know again, we know the history of Superman. I love the Kents. The Kents is a perfect take.
Yo, Pa
They're from
Kent, Pruitt Taylor's Vince. I didn't recognize him at first until I saw the
oh yeah.
eyes do the
Yeah.
shift. I love that actor. Like he's in some of my favorite films.
He's very good. But she was awesome too.
She was
Like
great.
j- just like a regular mom who
Mhm.
doesn't know technology on the phone and yelling on the speakerphone and like going real close to it.
Yeah, and then
I
Pa Kent, like, just being there and not really, like, the wisest words of wisdom, but giving wisdom of advice from a humble area. He's not acting like I am Mr. I know it all, what I'm
oh
saying.
no.
He's just a very humble guy that's like, "Listen to me,
Right.
son.
But that but he
You're my
says that.
son no matter what." Yeah,
Right. But he says that it's like we give you enough to make your own mistakes.
yeah,
Instead of coddling and, putting in a shelter, like how parents are so many parents do today, even though they, when they were growing up, did crazy stuff. They have their kids now like drugged up or locked in a room playing video games and just to be safe.
yeah.
They're so scared of the world. And granted, Clark is different, but they're still raised him up as a normal boy in the sense of you're going to make mistakes and it's okay. You're going to learn from it and things of that nature. That was a great touch.
It made
Yeah.
me feel closer to the OG Paul Kent from the Superman
Yes.
movie,
Right.
versus like what we talked
Kevin
about before,
Costner's.
Kevin. Yeah, and to me, granted, this is a very skewed opinion. To me, the Kents should be the heart.
Mhm.
They're the
Mhm.
reason that Superman is the way he is, and that shows
Yes.
it at the end. Like,
Yes.
like he may have been sent here to do whatever was sent to do, but it
Uh-huh.
was those who raised him, that nurtured him, that taught
Right.
him what it means to be a caring individual, to be human.
Right. Well, he has that monologue too. He says, "I am human,"
Yes.
even though he's not, but he was raised to be human. He was raised to care. He was raised to think of others and not, to be selfless by his family.
Hmm.
And he says, "I do my best every single time. I do my best,"
And
and
that's all you could ever ask. And that's a very powerful message for anybody, really. Like, all you have to do is do your best. You're gonna
Mhm.
fail. There's gonna be days that are
Right.
hard. There's gonna be days that you'll fail. There's be
Hmm.
days that it'll be like the world's against you. You just have
Hmm.
to keep getting up and keep trying and be
Right.
kind to others.
Yeah.
Before I forget, one of the things I
Hmm.
want to talk about is the casting.
Oh, I think they were great.
Well, of course, James Gunn does what James Gunn does. It's like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Right.
He pulls a lot of the people that he's worked with in the past and to work on
Hmm.
his projects. So like almost all the cast members from Peacemaker, Guardians of the Galaxy, and
But who?
probably Suicide Squad, they're in this. They're all in it.
Who?
Case in point, you have Gary, robot number 4. That's Alan Tudyk.
That I know. Alan Tudyk, you're right.
Okay.
And
Uh,
The French girl is supposed to be in there.
Jarrell is Bradley Cooper.
Right. Well, that I
Robot
know that.
robot number 1, Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker was number one.
Yes.
I didn't even hear his voice.
Tom Clementif, robot number
Hmm.
5.
He smiled at me or something like that. She said,
Yep. I'm skipping past some of these just because
hmm
there's so many. Nathan Fillion, of
"Well,
course.
yes." Who
And
stole the show? In my opinion,
fantastic Guy Gardner.
as guy. Yeah.
And then
And
there's
it was funny
Sean
because
Gunn. He was in there.
well, yeah, well, that's his brother, of course. And
Yeah.
as Maxwell Lord, I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
Maxwell Lord. Oh, you have also Frank Grillo reprising his role from Creature Commandos, and
Rick
I'm
Flag Sr.
upset that he does not have his hair grayed. In the cartoon, it is.
That's fair. Oh, John Cena was in it too.
Oh, John Cena. Well, yeah, because he's from Peacemaker, which confirms that is part of the new DCU. But it was
Yes.
great to see him there. It was great to see him make that cameo. Mr. Terrific, I loved his performance, even though the same actor again, because a lot of people they just recycle actors in comic roles. He was in X-Men First Class.
That doesn't count
70s.
though because they killed him off.
Yeah, I know, but
for a
still.
character that shouldn't have been able to be killed off.
I know, but still, I'm just saying though, No, they just recycle. Nathan's been recycled in the superhero verse so many times. Granted, he's a fan and he knocked it out of the park. But Mr. Terrific, I loved his cadence of the way he talked. It reminded me very like Superfly in a way, very 70s, 80s kind of character.
Were there any characters that you were surprised to see? I can say two.
Who?
It was funny because we were talking about them for the OG Superman.
Otis
and Tessmacher.
Is that her name? Because
Eve Tessmacher.
That's her name. Okay, great. Because I was like, that has to be Tessmacher. Because they're saying Eve. They didn't say Tessmacher.
Yeah, they just say Eve. Which I would have, like when Lex lost his cool.
Right, if he lost it.
When he broke the cup.
Yes.
I hope that's a deleted scene where he goes, Miss Tessmacher.
Yes, I was hoping that has to be her. That has to be her. But then they didn't say it. I was like, Jesus, missed opportunity. But yes, Otis. When he said Otis,
yes,
I was like, that's Otis. I was like, okay. Because in the Superman 1978 version, Otis is a oof. He's not smart. He doesn't have it all together. He's just a lackey who's devoted.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, sure, fine. Who was that engineer, the guy with the glasses, though? Because he had a big part in this overall.
He was so familiar.
Yeah.
And no, it's not the tech bro. Because I don't remember him saying his name.
I think he did. It was just real quick.
Yeah.
But he was cool. I was just wondering, like in the comics, like who he is, or is just made up for the movie.
There's so many characters, like Steve Lombard. He's in there.
Right. He wasn't as such as a dick as he is in the movies or the comic books. Excuse me.
Yeah.
In the comic book, he's really like a dick to Clark. I liked Ultraman because Ultraman, it does exist in the comic books.
Sidney Happerson.
Okay, what? That's his name in the comics in the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the character.
Neither am I. But Ultraman, he does exist because he's from a different universe where the superheroes are actually like the boys. They're
really the villains, and like
they're really the villains, and they're acting as superheroes.
Heroes.
Right.
So, but in Red Sun, Ultraman was a creation, not from an alternate reality. So they're just playing off of both parts.
But Ultraman is also a clone. He's a clone, but that's also Superboy. Superboy is a clone from Clark and from Lex. And they take that also from Superman 4, The Quest of Peace, where Lex takes a hair strand and combines the DNA of Clark and Lex. That's why the Sun character, Sun God, whatever you want to call him, I can't remember, has the voice of Lex.
I know some people were thinking that was going to be Doomsday because the way the outfit looked.
The metal outfit.
Also with the goggles and the full-on suit.
True.
I thought for a second, and this was me being silly because I didn't look at the casting, Henry Cavill.
It would have been cool. It would have been cool.
Rip off the mask as Henry Cavill's face.
It would have been really cool. That would have. Oh my god!
Number one, if we're talking about like he already ripped a hole through reality and whatnot, and if we're talking about like a bizarro, Ultraman version, he doesn't have to look like Superman.
Exactly right. Even though it was funny though, with his long hair, he kind of looked like the Winter Soldier.
Kind of. Someone, I think it was Jeremy Johns, that compared him to Michael from Lost Boys.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see that.
As soon as he mentioned it, I'm like, I couldn't unsee it. So now, just every time you say Ultraman, I want to be like, "Hello, Michael."
Right. But I mean, it makes sense of why the Fortress of Solitude showed up again. Love that presentation of Fortress of Solitude. How it can stay hidden. That it just goes up when Superman approaches, and then it comes down when he leaves.
Yeah, because you don't need a key because he is the key kind of situation.
True, but the thing is, it's not always exposed.
You know what I just remembered?
And
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off here, but Project Watch is essentially the beginning.
Overwatch.
Oh no, I was thinking of Stormwatch.
Oh, I'm thinking of Overwatch. Okay.
Because Stormwatch was originally Image Comics, but it got adopted into DC Comics. So now Stormwatch is DC Comics, and Stormwatch is
right. But isn't Overwatch? I may be wrong.
Overwatch was for Batman, if I remember. Right.
But what I'm saying, but he took it from someone else. Didn't he take it from like Maxwell Lord?
Who is Sean Gunn.
Right.
Yeah.
that's like it started there, and then Batman took the technology over and able to help watch the Earth, kind of like what Iron
Yeah.
Man was going to try to
But I
do
think I thought
in
that
Age of
turned
Ultron.
into like Brother Eye or something like that. But
Yeah, or Project Eye, so like one of the two.
yeah, but no,
Yeah,
Stormwatch is technically a government-ran organization of superpowered beings. So that's why I'm like, Project Watch started with Lex Luthor. It wouldn't be surprising that like their core group gets taken and turned into Stormwatch by like another members of the government, because they already have like
maybe
the Suicide Squad and like the Creature Commandos.
maybe Amanda Waller again. We're watching that too.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're looking at maybe different
Or
for
Rick Flag.
different or Rick Flag, right?
Was there a scene that really captured you that you enjoyed?
I like the aspect that Superman is not needed all the time because you have the Justice Gang.
Such a cool
You
name.
have, and you see when him and Lois are talking, and you see in the background well, those guys. Granted, I find it funny. It's just three. Like, where's Wonder Woman? Where's Bats? Because the Justice League is founded by the three: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
But at this
Here in
stage, it
this
doesn't sound like they're not formed yet.
right, even though they have the Hall of Justice already there, which was awesome, but they have the three is
So
Hawk
empty.
Girl. Yeah, so empty. But they kind of remind me of the Flash, the series, Star Labs. This whole big ass building is only run by three people.
Yeah. Well, I
And then
think
it
they're
grows,
ran by
it
like
gets a
an
little big.
organization, but I know what you mean.
What I'm saying is the huge ass building
Star
run
Labs.
by a small knit of people. And the Hall of Justice, similar. It's just three people, big ass space. But again, it's like Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, and Mr. Terrific. Those three. And they kind of are like the Wonder Woman, the Batman, and the Superman in that aspect, if you will.
Correct. They're definitely full of ego.
Yes.
Because
Well,
like
definitely Guy.
well, no, they're all are, because Mr. Terrific is very full of himself for his intelligence. Like he's talking to Superman, and like Superman's like, well, I was trying to like see if I could wrangle him in, and he's just like rolling his eyes. He's like, hey, for the eyes, or go for the gut. You know, he's just
but Superman had a perfect point on that because they're in the city. He's trying to get that guide you out.
Yes.
He's trying to save the people, to save from destruction. He's
also trying to save the creature.
Right. To put it into a zoo or to be examined, something like that. And they're like, no, get it out, and we'll deal with the consequences afterwards, which was like not smart to do. And it also kind of had a feeling for me of Black Adam.
Yeah.
In the sense of you have Superman, and then you have these three characters. Granted, in Black Adam, it was four characters.
The Justice Society.
The Society, right? And you have Hawkman there,
Mm-hmm.
and here's Hawk Girl. And so I just find that kind of like counter of what we had there experienced in Black Adam.
Yes.
But
it brings up a point. Hawk Girl, she's not no Superman. Hawk Girl will drop a dude.
She did drop the dude.
Yeah, the Hawk Girl. I've had this argument with some people. There's a handful of characters, setting aside superpowers, that I would want by my side to be like that ride or die battle. You know, Hawkman and Hawk Girl, they're on that list.
Yeah.
If I'm in a fight to the death, I want them on my side, because they're gonna throw.
She was no joke. And they kill. Superman killed in this one too. I'm sorry, you cannot say that Superman does not kill.
Who did he kill? There was the security guards in the warp, the black hole.
No, not that. At the end, all those soldiers that came attacking him. You mean to tell me that heat vision that he threw on them did not affect them? Them falling from how high they were
still moaning. You could hear it.
Like,
when they were bouncing off the street, they were like, oh.
But dude, they must have like some kind of dosage of superhuman.
No, I'm just saying they may be alive, but they're not unscarred. They're definitely wounded.
And people who suffered, just like in Man of Steel, there's buildings that collapsed and stuff like that. Not everyone was saved.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Well, but not just because of Superman, but also Lex Luthor having that causing that rift.
Well, yeah, he even turned around. He's like, everybody's okay. I got in a conversation today with a coworker. He's like, doesn't he bleed in this movie? And I'm like, you know what, man? I got a perfect response for you. Superman bleeds in almost every movie. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he bleeds. The only one he doesn't bleed is like the very first Superman.
He bleeds in the second one.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he doesn't have any.
He bleeds in the second one. He bleeds in the third, I think, the one with the Richard Pryor.
Pryor?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because that's the one he fights himself.
Right.
And then he bleeds in the fourth one with the radiated man. He bleeds in Superman Returns because he gets stabbed with kryptonite.
Yep.
He bleeds in Man of Steel. He spits up blood. He bleeds in Superman versus Superman. Superman versus Superman. Superman versus Batman.
He gets cut.
Yep. It doesn't count for Justice League because he was dead and just came back, and then he couldn't be cut. Wildest thing in my eyes, but still.
Well, he didn't get cut. It was in kryptonite. It was an axe.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. But still, doesn't count. Justice League is wild.
Yeah. 4 hours of wild. Yeah.
Did you say what was your favorite scene? Cut
no, I didn't get a chance to. Yeah.
Say it. Say it.
I like when he lost his cool with Lois.
Some people don't like that.
I just liked it because of she's approaching it as a reporter would approach asking these questions.
Because she knows what she's doing. And
of course,
she's like self-sabotaging her own relationship.
Well, no, she's not. It's not about sabotaging her relationship. No. I think she was asking because very Spider-Man, Peter Parker will always take the pictures of Spider-Man. How convenient.
Yeah.
Here, Clark is always interviewing Superman. How convenient. And so she presents, let me interview you, because the interviews that he gave himself, it's not hard-hitting. He knows the answers.
It's very one-sided, yeah.
Right.
Adventures of Superman, because Clark Kent would do the same thing before, he wouldn't do interviews with Lois Lane in the series.
Right. And so here she's asking a question, and I like that because he's getting frustrated, and rightly so. Why not? You're trying your best. You're trying to save people, and asking all these questions that counters your purpose, your goal, in a sense of presentation. Because what you want to do, and Jeremy Jahns did present this correctly, or someone else did, about torture. Oh, you tortured the president. No, I used a cactus.
Yeah,
I was touching with a cactus.
It was very small. It was like about an inch.
Yeah, but for Superman, who doesn't feel that,
yeah,
he doesn't know how it affects a human that doesn't have the powers.
Yeah,
or that has. So it's kind of like that. And what she was saying was very spot on. He was getting frustrated because she was right, and he didn't. And it was frustrating him because of the questions that she was asking. He was breaking the law because he does represent America. He didn't get permission from the president, so he acted on his own accord.
Which is also wild to me because technically, even though he states he lives in America and everything, he is technically a legal immigrant. He doesn't.
Yes.
He's not a sanctioned employee of the government.
Right.
And even though he says he fights for truth, justice, the American way, he doesn't have to answer to the president, which is a wild thing. So when they're like, oh, did you talk to the president first? He's like, why? He brings up a good point. He's like, why does he need to talk to? He does.
No.
He's
no true. True. It's a double-edged sword in a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only the scenes where they're talking together.
Well, no. I
those are good emotional scenes.
I like that. I also like when Guy Gardner comes in to help, and he's giving out the middle finger to the soldiers.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, kid. Superman's can't make it right now, but you got to upgrade.
Right. The dog was cute, even though it was fake.
Still looked good.
Oh no, it still looked good. It reminded me of my dogs. So,
yeah,
playing rough, and not even knowing I was playing rough. I have to watch it again to really figure out something, because I like the black hole thing at the end when he throws Ultraman there, because it just shows it's another world about to happen. It's just another breadcrumb being thrown.
Because technically, if he survives, he could come back, and that's how
he's surviving.
That's how Superboy survived, being in an alternate dimension. That he just broke through the dimensions.
He's definitely surviving.
Or Doomsday survived.
Terrific. Mr. Terrific, when they follow where Soups went to find that portal.
That was a great scene, and James Gunn has great taste in music. I love his choice.
Speaking about that, so it was cute. It was not my favorite moment, but it's just cute when he goes with her to find Soups, and he hits the electric door, and it just takes forever. So you have a spaceship, you have a slow ass garage opener.
You couldn't make it faster.
Yeah. I mean, it was just.
I didn't get to it.
I mean, I liked when Lex was calling out the fight moves
at the beginning.
Yeah, every time, anytime, because I just liked it, because even though it's like some people call it like they're calling out vitamins, It reminded me of chess moves.
That's the way I thought of it, because he memorized over 200 moves, and he
Right.
plans them out, and that's just like chess players. They look at the board, they can plan those. Now, granted, chess players can do that without having to look at the board, but he needs to have eyes to see what Superman's doing. That's why it does, which
Right.
surprised me that he couldn't tap into the cameras of the Raptors.
But Ultraman wasn't there.
I'm talking about the other soldiers.
But they didn't know the moves.
No, but all Lex needed to do was see through their eyes. So, like, I'm surprised the suits don't have cameras.
No, they do have cameras, but the thing is, when the suits were there, Ultraman wasn't there. So the watching and then calling out for the numbers or the fight moves wouldn't work.
Yep, Ultraman came in after he dispatched those guys too.
Right. So there's no camera, and the dog chewed up the.
It was a short moment. Yeah,
that I liked, and I just wish he said fetch. Just say that fetch, because he said toys or something like that.
Get your ball.
I thought that was cute. I thought that was really good. Man, I like this. I like that he was vulnerable. I like that he got his bones broken. I like that he got beat up.
The dog was a star of the show, but I love dogs and whatnot. But from a person's perspective, arguably one of my favorite portrayals of Lex Luthor.
Yes and no for me.
Okay, I can see that. Nicholas Hoult he gave a lot to the character, in my opinion.
Yes. Yes,
and I think he did a fantastic he hammed up the scenes.
Yes, he did.
And that made it great for me.
Yes, no, he did a great job. My only problem was at the end when he starts to cry. Lex would never cry. Lex will have a contingency plan to another contingency plan. It's like that. Even though he may have failed that day, he would have already his brain will be going to his next move. But he cries at the end when he's captured.
No, not even about the capture. It's about his
it's not being exposed.
He's exposed. His identity, his whole plans.
Right.
Because his empire is one thing, but is how the world sees him.
His ego, then?
It's his ego. And having others perceive him as being like not the star, not the hero, not even like necessarily a bad guy, but being like, oh, a failure maybe. For him, that's like devastating blow.
Yeah, but see, to me, that would not. He would not cry.
I get where you're coming from. He'll be more spiteful or like reserved. One of the two. I don't disagree with you not liking that choice, but I also understand that choice.
Right. Well, maybe it's just because. Well, maybe it's because it's an emotional release. All that frustration, and he just got fucking beat up by a dog, so he's probably in pain too. But also, this Lex, he's a combination of several Lexes.
Absolutely. Definitely Gene Hackman.
He's Gene Hackman and Kevin Spacey because of, again, real estate. He says
that that's just icing on the cake. He's like, I would have done it for free just to kill you. He's like,
right. But also he's like from Smallville Lex.
Yes, absolutely.
But then he makes his own too, because you can see the anger. You can feel the hate he has.
Well, we also talked about like the Lex from All-Star. He was like in there.
Right.
And maybe a little bit of the Justice League Lex, the animated Superman, because he's always in a suit. He's always in a suit.
Oh, the Lex from Superman and Lois show that recently ended. That Lex was more of a gangster in that aspect, more of a gangster, similar to what you thought of Kevin Spacey in Superman Returns. That it was just bad. And then there's Lois and Clark, Lex, that I don't know how he's portrayed in that.
In that one, he's more of a genius criminal. There's moments where he's testing Superman in order to get his basis of powers and whatnot.
What about you? What's your favorite moment?
My favorite moments were involving with Lex Luthor in general.
Oh, pretty much every.
Yeah, like when the dog. Where's my dog? And he goes, I don't know anything about your dog. He goes, the one with the cape. He's like, you heard that? You heard that? You heard that?
But why did why did Superman say that? Why he said, what'd you say? You have super hearing. Yeah, you know what he said.
He's also like fumbling his words over the cup, but still, I get it. It's like, this is my monkey think tank.
No, but
and he goes, super shit.
Yeah, Clark is trying to figure out trying to be like getting the meme or something like that every time too. He spews it out. And it's not working, dude. It's not working. He's trying to make himself, I guess, relatable.
Nothing more I hate than my ex-girlfriends talking shit about me. And then you see like one of his ex-girlfriends there, and then eventually Tessmacher. Oh, one more thing. When Superman saves the squirrel, I was low-key kind of because he saves everybody and everything. Right? Yeah. That's low-key Superman style. I kind of wanted that to be the Green Lantern squirrel.
Me too. I thought there was going to be yes. And that would be the next one. Yeah.
True in the comics too. Like one of the shortest lived Green Lantern, the squirrel gets a Green Lantern ring and it ends up being like, and then gets run over by a truck on Earth. One of the grossest scenes when Guy Gardner does the eye of the beast.
Oh, he opens it up and starts poking it.
He's like, da, 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 da. And I'm like, ooh.
Well, Hawkgirl was freaking hitting it with her hammer or her whatever.
Which made me think of Suicide Squad with Starro.
Yeah, Starro.
But still, I'm like, ew. That's gross.
What about a bad scene? Was there a weak scene for you? Now, before that, I mean, I do like that showing that how ruthless also Lex was and wasn't worried about getting his hands dirty. He killed an innocent guy.
Absolutely. Just for the fact that he helped Superman once.
And I like the poisoning of kryptonite.
Oh, I love the fact they brought in Metamorpho.
Yes. We never really seen Clark or Supes a reaction in that aspect of the poisoning from kryptonite.
Not in live action, no.
Right. We see him, he gets weak. He may have some, like the veins may get discolored, whatever. But he was almost like a person.
Desiccated.
What happens when, they're like getting, the eyes are swelling, the skin is like almost bubbling, all that stuff. That's a cool approach in that sense of what he is going through. What we're seeing, what he's going through. Now, granted, they say that also kryptonite is very dangerous for humans too. So all those people around.
So that came later in the comics because like it technically wasn't considered dangerous. It's just that you have to be exposed for an extended, prolonged period of times because eventually Lex Luthor gets kryptonite poisoning in the comics, but that's because he carried kryptonite on his person every day and even powered his suits and weapons. So he exposed himself longer than anybody. But that was in the comics.
Weak moment. I just...
Barovia?
The countries.
I get it with the countries. I'm okay with that. Is like the guy that they had for the country.
He looked like an old version of Larry from Three Stooges.
He was just... To me,
look like Larry.
The part where he's like, and he loves our Barovian women. He does the whole thing like this, and I'm like, that's so stupid, it's so bad.
I thought that was going to be Metamorpho or Clayface.
I did think it was going to be Clayface.
And when they were going through those worlds, I thought that was Apocalypse.
They did clarify it's not, but yeah.
I have to watch it again, see which parts I didn't like. I liked the end credits. The end credit was funny. The final end credit, that was cute.
I got confused when Superman almost ended up in the black hole. For whatever reason, I didn't see where he swapped places with Metamorpho and became the one that was saving them. Like, it looked like Metamorpho was saving him, and then all of a sudden they swapped places.
No, I think he just turned around and then blew out cold air.
Yeah.
Because Metamorpho was still working, trying to pull them back.
I didn't get why he could survive in the river because Mr. Terrific said that's a river like particles, like they'll just atomize us. And I'm like,
he was living.
No, like he said, if you fall in that, we're dead instantly or something like that.
But he wasn't. He didn't die.
That's what I'm saying. He made it sound like that's instant death,
right?
Not like molten lava or something like that. And I'm like, homie, Superman's strong, but I don't know about that. That sounds like multi-dimensional strength.
Maybe that's to humans, and Mr. Terrific is human. So
I mean, those guys that were fighting him were in armor, and they were in the river with him too.
That's a loophole or plot hole. But again, the thing with the dog, why Supes is so bent on finding him, and it makes sense at the end
because it's Kara's dog.
Because it's his cousin's dog. He is responsible for it. Granted, at the end, you see them together. Like, even though he treats him like a bad, dog and what have you, he still cares for it. They go and do their adventures. But the dog, when Crypto is like biting at his feet, our dog Nena used to do that with me all the time.
Absolutely.
Chew at my feet as I'm walking away trying to play. And Crypto was great. Guy Gardner was great. This Superman did a great job in the sense he's not Superman. He's Clark.
He's just a regular guy.
No, but he's Clark Kent, who happens to be Superman.
Yeah.
Right. Here, he's the same person in a way. He's raised from Smallville, but he's using his powers for good. He tries to hide his identity, which is a bad thing because his acting, in a sense, it's not like Christopher Reeves, where it's a total. He just looks different, but he sounds the same.
Yeah,
Mannerism,
they
his
try to
mannerisms a little.
rationalize the hypno
The
glasses.
glasses,
Yeah.
right? But it would have been nice if he had a little voice.
So he's Clark Kent.
It's like, oh my God, you suck at this. It's like, to go back onto Rotten Tomatoes, as of now, and since the opening weekend, is 82% by the critics and 94% by the audience. Where are you?
What did we put Batman? Because I feel like I like this better than Batman.
Which Batman?
The Batman.
You like this more than the Batman?
I did.
Okay. I can't remember what we scored it for on that.
I feel like a 95 or 96 is a solid score.
See, for me, 95 for Superman, the movie, to me, even though it has some issues, great movie. So good. Yeah. Oh, on Rotten Tomatoes, it changed their scoring for Superman because people, I'm not sure if they did it on purpose or not. They went back and
started rewatching
critiques. Yes. I'm not sure they did it for this and they accidentally did it on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
To give their 2 cents because all their dates is like from yesterday and from Wednesday on their pre.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people were comparing. Yeah.
But they're like saying, so that dropped down into the 80s, where it was in the 90s. That's kind of messed up. I give it a solid 90 for overall for what it did, because it gave us other characters. It gave us a different presentation of Lex, which was really good. I did like that part. This Supes didn't take himself so seriously.
True.
I do like the fact that he gets beat up. But again, he's getting beat up by someone of his own strength. It's like he's getting beat up by himself. The Gaiju didn't beat him up. Ultraman beat him up. Engineer didn't do anything to him.
And so they kind of suffocated him, but he got through it.
Yeah, of course. I understand that. Because he didn't prepare. It just attacked him. He was like, oh shit. But I like the way that he approached it, going up to crash down to knock them out, and then able to get that out of the system.
But I will say this: of the Supermans that have been out there, I would say Christopher Reeves still holds, even though the ratings don't hold that from what we said. I would still put Christopher Reeves number 1. I dare say this guy might be number 2. Who's number 2 for you?
Tyler from the show.
Ah, okay. So I haven't watched.
You gotta watch. Yeah, you have to watch the show.
To be fair, I haven't watched the show. I have watched it through Supergirl, but that doesn't expand his character as much.
He's a father now. He's balancing Superman, balancing being Clark, all that stuff. It's a good representation of Superman in that aspect as well.
Okay.
I don't know about Dean. I don't know about that. But below that, I'll take this guy.
Okay.
Corn Sweat. He did a great job. And then Henry Cavill after that. Yes, Christopher Reeve is still in the pinnacle. But I love that. I love that Miss Tessmacher is in it. I love it.
Jimmy Olsen has her as Mutant Toes.
And I like the fact that Jimmy is here. He's not your photographer. He upgraded to journalism.
Yeah. I think the fact that Jimmy's a playboy will possibly play into effect for Supergirl, because did they have a relationship in the comics?
I don't know, but he was in All-Star Superman. He was a playboy too. He had a hot girl. All right, guys, that is our DC-ness review of Superman. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Gee golly, I love you too. Superman, he says gee golly.
Okay.